America.
Welcome to the Costa Mesa Pettis Perspective. This is episode 24. Thanks for watching as always. And I learned from Mayor Stevens that the council meeting yesterday, the 7th for Costa Mesa, was the last one of the year. So that would suggest that this will be the last Costa Mesa Pettis Perspective of the year, unless we do, special editions or things come up, we might decide to do something else. But provided it is the last one, I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday and appreciate everybody that has watched and listened and given me feedback over the last year. And I plan on continuing this into the next year. I enjoy doing it, and I want to keep to my commitment of being involved with you guys at the city level. I get a lot out of it, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. It's been a pleasure. And so the council meeting last night, the 7th, the main event, I'll go ahead and read it, was it was a public hearing, adoption of an urgency ordinance adopting changes to Title 13 zoning of the Costa Mesa Municipal Code relating to the implementation of Senate Bill 9 for the creation of 2 residential units per lot and urban lot splits in single-family residential zones, and declaring the ordinance to be an urgency measure to take effect immediately upon adoption. So that is what we are talking about, and basically this ties into the SB 9 law that was passed in Sacramento. We'll get to more of that later. First, I will say that this is one of these times that I decided to open my big mouth at the council meeting and speak. I try not to do that unless I have something that I feel is relevant and something that I really need to say. So I did speak. So good evening, Council. Mayor Stevens, thank you. Don Harper stole a little bit of my thunder. I just wanted to say that anytime you hear urgency or, I like to say it right, ministerial, it means hurry up and get it done, and translate it to not much public involvement, not much further. I don't want to debate SB 9. It's baked in the cake. It's already happening in 2022. But what I would like to point out is that it's important for me to remind the public, I'm basically speaking to the public here, that we vote districts now 1 through 6. So if you are in a district as a council person, it's my feeling is it's your obligation to answer to your constituency in your district first, and then of course the city second. That's how I feel about it. So this urgency ordinance vote will indicate where a particular council member stands on this issue. So it comes down to, are you on the side of the developers, or are you on the side of the R1, R2 neighborhoods, which are primarily District 6, maybe some District 1 with Don Harper? So I'll be looking at this vote. And I can tell you through my experience with the constituents in District 6, it's a large amount of private property owners that are very concerned about this. And so we'll be looking to see how this vote shakes out. And let's hold our elected representatives accountable. So that's all I have tonight. Thank you. So what you just saw, I wanted to just put that out there first, was me responding to this ordinance that I just told you that is taking place and that they voted on last night. So what I'm not going to do here is Senate Bill or SB 910, and it's a controversial topic. There's a lot to it, and I have my thoughts, and I want to back up a little bit. I want to remind some people that are watching, this is the Costa Mesa Pettis Perspective, meaning that I try to report what I see, but I also offer my own perspective. So call it editorial. A lot of this is my opinion. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about these things. I don't have to say that to most, but I do to some. So what this is SB 9 and SB 10, where it was a decisional law passed in Sacramento that takes effect January of 2022. And they really are, in my opinion, 2 damaging laws to basically what the legislature in Sacramento is telling R1. When I say R1, for those who don't know, it's single-family homes, neighborhoods that are primarily zoned for single-family residences. And a lot of this bill, SB 9, SB 10, are referred to as the suburbia killer, R1, R2 killer, single family neighborhood killer. And what they do is they, without getting into the nuts and bolts too much, they basically allow, right now you have neighborhoods, mostly take my area in District 6, the zoning is such that builders are not allowed to build split family homes or split lots. And what that means by a split lot is you could actually put 2 duplexes on one lot, and you could have 4 units, 4 houses on a single property up to 2 stories. And I won't go into the details of all the setbacks and spacing. But right now, the city in the R1, R2 zones, you can't, or not zone where you can do that. Now, this bill, SB 9, SB 10, changes that. So this is what, when you hear the term high density housing, Santa Barbara has given the green light to rezone R1, R2 single family neighborhoods. And that is a problem for many people that are interested in private property rights or their neighborhood. Might not be a problem for other people that like high density, but I can tell you this ordinance that they are that they voted on last night, this urgency ordinance, which means when they say urgency or ministerial, that means that they need this to hurry up and happen without any review from the public or any of the normal process hearings that they would normally do. What they're saying is we need the law that was passed, SB 9 and 10, is state law, and we need to hurry up and in Costa Mesa and be able to enact that law, even though it doesn't take place until Jan 1, 2022. We need to hurry up and get it in place now so we can be ready. That's really what this ordinance is. And it's already, I'm not going to, it's already baked in the cake. It's already law. It's already happening. So the purpose of me getting up there and talking is that what I wanted to do is lay out that when I ran for city council, I did a lot of speaking to citizens in different neighborhoods, primarily District 6, which goes from East 15th all the way up to just past Dick Church's. And a lot of the people I talked to, one of the major issues they asked me about was, what do you think about SB 9, SB 10 coming? What do you think about high density housing? I'm concerned that they're going to come in and rezone our neighborhood. I've been living here for 50 years. I like the neighborhood the way it is. It's the reason I moved here. It's the reason I built here. It's the reason I bought here. I like the neighborhood. I like the way it is, quiet, cul-de-sac streets. So that was a major concern for many citizens. And my thought during the council meeting was I wanted to make sure that the citizens, I wasn't talking to the council, I was mainly talking to the citizens. They understand that the vote on this ordinance is basically a vote in favor of SB 9 and SB 10. And I was pointing out that there are District 6, my district, and Harper's district, made up of a lot of R1, R2 neighborhoods. And I needed the citizens to understand that their council, the way their council person was voting was what they were supporting. So in a nutshell, I wanted, and they didn't like it very much. If you watch the whole meeting, I hit a nerve, which is always fun. But Harlan spoke out after I'd spoken, so did Stevens. Everybody wanted to chime in. I said, you're either for the builders or you're for the citizens and private property owners of D6. They didn't like that very much. So everybody except Harper, it was a vote 6-1. Harper voted no. Everybody else voted yes. So my point was I wanted District 6 to understand that their council person, Jeff Harlan, is in favor of rezoning the R1, R2 single family districts. I'll say it again. He is in favor of doing that. I don't remember exactly how he campaigned. I don't think he did a lot of campaigning, being he was the only one in his lane. But it's important for me to differentiate him from myself, because that when I go to run again, this will be a main focus for me. Now, what I also want to say is, well, what's the point, Jeff? What can we do about it now? Well, there is something we can do about it. There is in 20 of November, and the November 2022 ballot, there is a group called, this actually, the initiative is our Neighborhood Voices Initiative. And I'm going to read just a little bit here because this is something that citizens actually can vote on. And it provides the local land use and zoning laws override and conflicting state laws initiative. And this is a constitutional amendment that is going to be voted on in November 22, which seeks to take back what was done by SB 9 and SB 10. And I know the argument is the argument. Even Stevens liked to say it during the meeting. Hey, well, private property. We're all about private property rights. This gives the landowner more rights to build on their property. That is true. That is true. But we all know that this is what this is going to turn in. And then, by the way, I should finish by saying that SB 9, SB 10. There's nothing in the law that makes makes the builders or the buyers have investment in mitigation. And what I mean by that is you're going to have one. Let's say you have one house now, it turns into 4: parking, sewer, just everything that goes with more people. And there is no responsibility on the builder to address any of that, nor is there any responsibility on the builder or owner to make any of the housing affordable. And there's no rent control. There's nothing. So what this is going to turn into, again, this is a Pettis perspective, is these are going to be bougie lots that are built up by builders. And the final argument is like, well, what do you mean? I think it was said in the council meeting, I forget who said it. It's in the bill or it's in the law that you have to be there for 3 years. So the owner that buys a house, owns a home, has to be living there for 3 years before he can flip it and sell it. And I'm glad that Don Harper asked the I forget if it was the city attorney or I can't remember who it was. He asked the question. So, okay, I understand that's in the law. What happens and what's the enforcement mechanism? What's the oversight? So the answer was very little. Very little in terms of enforcing that law or oversight of that law. So basically, I'm the builder, I am the owner. I could move in for 3 days, move out, and flip it to somebody else, and there's going to be little recourse. You know that's going to be happening all the time. It's just the nature of business. If there's nobody's looking, they're going to take advantage of it. So you're going to have these big bougie developments that are going to go up all around people that are in these neighborhoods. And will it happen right away? No, but it is going to happen. It's just the nature of things. And I like to be principled, right? I understand this is capitalism and free market's true, but I also I'm speaking as a representative of District 6. I know that people here, including myself, moved here, lived here, built here, bought here because of the nature of the single-family neighborhood, close to Newport, nice area, and that was a major focus and decision that went into people that bought here, and they want to preserve that right to keep it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and stay principled and be with them on that. Just know that Jeff Harlan is not with you on that. Remember that he's an attorney that works and represents builders and developers. That's important to know, and I want you to be cognizant of who your representative is in your district. Only person that voted no on this was Don Harper. Check it out. And over everything else, be kind to yourself, be good to each other. Together we can get it done. Bye for now.